Hi, my magical creatures, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video, I don't even know like what to title this video yet, but basically it's another Ratchet University story time. I know how y'all love these Ratchet University story times. Basically, this old dude that went to my college or whatever, basically was pretending to be cool with me, and then like all of a sudden he switched up and was all biblical and saying the word of God, basically discriminating against me. Basically he was saying like God don't accept LGBT people pretty much. And it's just it was a messy mess situation. So if y'all want to stick around for this video, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, a like, and don't forget to subscribe. It's a free way to help y'all grow out. All right, so let's get started. Okay, so while at Ratchet University, going to school, getting good grades, and I was working on campus as well. So while I was working at the kiosk desk, this old man, he was probably, you know what, he was probably a young guy, but because now that I realize, I think he had a drug problem, and I think that's why he looked a lot older than what he did. So he was probably in his 30s, but the dude looked like he was like 47, almost 50. You know. We're gonna call him Kevin. We're gonna call him Kevin. So the guy Kevin, he was a tall guy. Kind of looked like Jesus a little bit, but to be honest, I kind of don't even want to say that he looked like Jesus, because I just believe Jesus wouldn't say those mean things what he said. So he had long brown hair, like mine. And then he had like scruff and stuff over his face, and then he always wore a beanie, and then he was always had his bike and stuff like that. So I was working at the front desk, so me and him, he would stop by and try to talk to me and stuff, say hi and all that. So I'm like, oh, hey, like, what's up? I work there. So I'm basically getting paid to talk to you at this point. So I'm like, oh, to have, side conversation. So I'm like, oh, hey, what's up? Kevin, stuff like that. So, talking, he told me that he lived in San Francisco and that he grew up in the Castro. So for y'all that don't know what the Castro is in San Francisco, it's basically gay city in that area of San Francisco. Like LGBT, like it's just the Castro is just the gay scene pretty much. Clubs, everything LGBT is like at the Castro. So they even have a street with like rainbow, like a street that's like a rainbow thing on it. So he was telling me that like he grew up there and stuff like that, and he would ride his bike and all that. And so I was like, oh, okay. So I guess he ended up moving up here with, I guess, I don't know who, family member, whatever. So I would just see him, here in the mornings and stuff, because I think that's when he had class, and I'll be at the front desk working, and he would just always come and say hi, talk to me and stuff like that. So this one particular day, I don't know what he was on. I don't know if he was on drugs or whatever. This guy comes up to me, and he's just a total different person. I mean, the energy was totally different. The way he acted was totally different. He literally was like, he came up to me, and he's like, and I've already had enough issues at Ratchet University with videos and being misgendered and all this crazy stuff. This guy comes up to me, and he's like, and one person I didn't even think he like would say anything crazy to me, which, I was wrong, he did. So he was like, he comes up to me one day, and he's like, oh, so how's your evolution going, or whatever. I was like, excuse me, my transition, like me transitioning. He's like, yeah, like whatever. And I was like, I kind of was like, are you okay? And then he's like, oh, I'm better than okay. You need to worry about the word. And I'm like, the word? I'm like, what's the word? And he was like, the word. And then like looked at me, and I said, excuse me. And then like he walked off or whatever. And I was like, what is his problem? So to be honest, I was so mad. I literally went to campus police about it, because I was like, I'm not about to get talked to like this, especially looking at the front desk. Nah. So, I went to campus police, saw him, and he was literally talking to somebody. And so, and to be honest, campus police are freaking the worst people ever. Like, I remember this one cop, he is just such an a-hole to me. Like, he just did not like me. He would never say anything to me. Every time when he would do his rounds, he would talk to everybody but me. And I'll be sitting right there looking at him, making eye contact, like, oh, like, you know, about to say good morning, you know, whatever. Nothing from this guy. He makes it very clear he don't like me. Very just rude, passive aggressive, just a-hole guy. Ugh. So, I'm just standing there for like 10 minutes trying to wait for him to finish up this conversation. He can really care less if I was there or not. So I'm just standing out there just listening and looking and everything like that. Absolutely. So, I end up just walking away at this point because I'm like, I'm not about to be sitting out here for another 10 minutes just to wait and talk to you or whatever. So I go back inside. Later that day, I ended up going back outside, and then I see Kevin. He's like at the edge of like campus or whatever, sitting in a field of grass with a shopping cart with all his belongings in there. So I was like, oh my goodness, like I was like, okay, now I see why he talked to me the way he did. Because he's probably on some mess. He's homeless. Okay. And yeah, I just kind of put two and two together. And he was just sitting there in the grass, just really upset, mad. And then even campus police, the other guy, he was okay. Versus the other one did not like him. So the other campus police guy was sitting there talking to him. So clearly he's already in enough trouble as it is. And he was probably messing with other students or whatever. But from a distance, I can hear them saying things like, you can't be on campus with this stuff. Like, you need to be off campus and stuff like that. And it was like a shopping cart with his stuff in it. So he was just sitting there miserable. So I was like, all right, well, clearly he's going through a lot worse than what he said to me. I was like, it makes sense why he said what he said. But it's like, don't go trying to, just because things are going wrong in your life don't mean you gotta come over here and try to make stabs at my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I already had enough problems, and then you want to sit here and add on to it. Like, that's evil. I see why you kicked out and you homeless. So anyways, but yeah, you guys, that is definitely, I can't believe I haven't told that Ratchet University story time. But to be honest, I don't know. I've never seen the guy ever again. Whatever, wish him peace and love, even though he was rude. But yeah, when people hurt you and stuff like that, I just took it as like, when people hurt you and stuff like that, it's because there's something mentally going on in their life, whether it be like something has to be wrong in their life in order to try to hurt you and try to bring you down as a person. You know, stuff like that. So definitely I thought I'd share this story time video. So if someone is being mean to you for you being your authentic self and you're not causing harm to anybody, just know it's a reflection on them. It's them. They're the ones with the problem. It's probably, they got some inner things going on, and luckily I was able to see what his problem was, and it's because he was homeless. So yeah. So definitely, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay magical.